Many men think that misandry is something that only exists in Western countries. And when I say Western countries, I'm specifically talking about Europe and North America. Now, this thought can be easily dispelled when we realize that most non-Western societies are very traditional, meaning that these societies adopt typical gender roles, practice chivalry, and view men as the disposable protectors of civilization. This prevalence of traditionalism should be enough to convince anybody that misandry does in fact exist outside of Western countries. But for those that believe it isn't enough or don't have a problem with traditionalism, I found a more blatant form of misandry that exists outside of the West that cannot be denied. What you see here is a post on a job search website for a company in Lima, Peru. I did some research on the company, but it doesn't appear to have a website. From the open positions that they have posted, I can only assume their work is in technology. This ad is in Spanish, and although I'm not a native Spanish speaker, I will be doing some translating. And I did have this page reviewed by a native Spanish speaker. So we see in bold the title of this posting. From left to right, we see help desk / mesa de ayuda. Next, we see soporte técnico, which means tech support. Then we see sexo femenino, which obviously means female. Wonder why they put that there. And finally, we have the company name, Cyber Network SAC. Later on down the page, we start seeing the specifics of this posting. The company name again, the city, but the most important part of the posting is the section labeled Descripción del Trabajo, which means job description. Now we go to the requirements subsection in all caps, Requisitos, and the first requirement that this company has for all potential applicants is sexo femenino, which as I mentioned earlier means female. The number one thing this company requires of all applicants is to be female. Not know how to actually support operating systems or hardware, or know how to turn on a computer. No, be female. That's what we want. Is this even legal? Now, when I first read this page, I didn't think anyone would be this blatantly misandric. So, I kept reading to try to find a rational reason as to why they would only want to hire women. But I couldn't find anything. The rest of this posting is just straightforward, like any other job posting. So like I said earlier, I had this page reviewed by a native Spanish speaker, and my initial readings were correct. This is a company in a non-Western country that seeks to only hire women. If this is not the very definition of misandry, I don't know what is. Now, I want everyone viewing this to understand that I'm not trying to discourage men from traveling to non-Western countries or discourage them from even living there. The point of this video is to make sure it is understood that misandry can exist anywhere to varying degrees. So don't be naive and remember that wherever you go, you're still a man.